Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday, and this is an auspicious day because I know it's shocking. It's the very end of January, and we are finally getting some snow. So here in Pagosa Springs, in the past 30 minutes, the snow is finally sticking to the ground. Talking to our guest earlier, saying I hope Wolf Creek gets a foot. So let's see what happens. But hopefully you guys are logging on and we have snow. We have a very busy show ahead of us today because we have a lot of information to pass on to you. Just because it is winter does not mean Pagosa Springs is slow. So we are not. Let's start off with our first training class next week. That will be our alcohol awareness and serving training. Now, this is a free class. We encourage any of you businesses that may have new staff and you serve alcohol in your business, and you have maybe some new staff that has never been through this training, please feel free to log into that, as well as many of you nonprofit agencies that do events throughout the year. This is a great time for your key staff and maybe some key volunteers or board members to also go through this training. It's really important for your insurance coverage. Many insurance companies look for those volunteers and or staff that is trained. Again, this is a free class. We are offering it twice during the day. The first class will be from 10 until noon, and the second class will be from 1 until 3. And it will be at the Ross Aragon Community Center. We want to really thank our partners, the town of Pagosa Springs, in particular, the police department and the Colorado Department of Liquor Enforcement. They are coming out here to do this certified training. So we have not had this class in several years. We've been waiting to try and get this partnership together. And so that has happened, and we're really grateful. Again, very, very important, especially for our events promoters, to get some key personnel or volunteers in on this class. You can register for the class on the Chamber's website. Just click on our homepage, scroll down, and you'll see the graphic, and that will take you to the registration page. It is free, so no reason for you not to show up. The second thing that we have is on February 7th. That is a Friday. It will be the Chamber's annual gala. You do not want to miss this event. It is going to be wonderful. And in particular, we are honoring so many of our community award nominees for small business, nonprofit, volunteer, and citizen of the year. These are really key roles that people and organizations play in our community. This is the one time of year, even if you don't win, and there can only be one winner, that we reach out and thank all of these people that do so much in our community. Tickets are so reasonable, $35. You can't even get dinner for that. And dinner is going to be provided by Ferrego Events, so you know it's going to be fabulous. We also have Maxwell Miller, who will be singing for us. I saw him this morning, and he's all ready. We have wonderful auction items coming in, and we're going to have some activities for you as well. And you'll be able to win some prizes like a free chamber membership for the year. So lots of really great things going on. It's a wonderful time of year. We also have a lot of new businesses that have signed up and have purchased tickets to come to this event. It's a great way to get out there and welcome some of our new businesses here in our community. So don't miss out on our annual gala, which is, again, Friday, February 7th from 6 to 8. We will be over at the POPOA Clubhouse. Now, I'd also like to welcome our newly elected board members who are just joining us. The voting, we have been voting for the past month. It was a very, very close vote, but the final winners, so to speak, or those who will be joining the Chamber Board are Austin Marchand, who is the owner of Rocky Mountain Balloon Adventures, Cindy Nobles, who is the office manager for Build Pagosa. And we also have Rebecca Tenpenny, who is the executive director for Pagosa Community Initiatives. I also want to thank the other nominees, and who knows, if anything happens, these nominees could move up to a full board position. But those nominees also were Elizabeth Brewer with Sage, Tom Sodick with the Springs Resort, and also Christina Gonzalez with RG Bank. So it's a lot to get your name out there and to run for this position, but we want to thank everybody who participated. We will be also having a ribbon cutting on Saturday, February 8th for a new business located in our historic downtown, and that will be Lace and Lariat. And we will be out there at 10 in the morning to cut that ribbon. So please join us, put that down on your calendar for February 8th, a Saturday. If you haven't been into this store, that's something you need to get on your list because they are wonderful and really unique items here for Pagosa Springs. Hat bar, a lot of clothing merchandise, some really unique items there in that store. We also want to remind everybody that the Archuleta seniors, who were our guests last week, will be doing their Valentine's wine pairing soiree on Valentine's Day, February 14th, over at the Archuleta Seniors. I'm telling you this again because tickets are limited for this event. So if you are interested in doing a fabulous wine and food pairing event, please jump onto their website or stop by the Archuleta Seniors in the community center to purchase your tickets. I also want to let everybody know that on Monday, you're going to be getting a new email from me, and that is a recap of key business updates. So we're going to be looking at sales and lodging tax. We're also going to be looking at our housing market. We're also going to be looking at what are some of the upcoming business events that are happening in our community for the next month. It's a quick one pager. So there's just some statistics. I think we want to try and pull all these statistics together and give you a snapshot of what's happening in Pagosa over the past month, or for sales tax collections, obviously the latest information that we have. But that's going to be coming into your email inbox. So take a look at that on Monday. We hope it is useful to you, and we'd love any feedback that you have on things that you'd like to see on this business update page. You'll be getting that probably the first Monday of every month, recapping the latest information that we have. And also, while we're at it, we are getting a lot of requests right now for people planning their events for the summer. If you have an event that you know is happening, please enter that into the Chamber's calendar of events. If you have a hard time, please contact Anna in our office. She'll be happy to work with you through that process. But people are planning their events now for the rest of the year. So it's critically important for you to enter that information onto the Chamber's website. A lot of people use that website to plan not only their vacation time here in Pagosa Springs, so the sooner you get your event onto the calendar, the better it is. But it also helps other organizations here in our community planning events to plan their events so that there isn't any overlap. So please make sure that you get that on our calendar of events as soon as you possibly can. And the last quick announcement I have is, for all you artists out there, remember that the town of Pagosa Springs is doing a call for artists for the next mural project. And you can get more information about that on mypagosa.org and get the instructions for how you can submit your entry. Excuse me. That due date is coming up March 5th. Again, we're getting this information to you hopefully far enough in advance. You don't want to do it the week before. So get out there, do some planning, and figure out. It's a great, and they pay. So it's not something that you're going to donate. So this is a project for any number of our artists here in the community for the next mural project here in Pagosa Springs. Now, I'm super excited to bring our guest on today. This is another absolutely critical job opportunity for a number of people here in our community. These kinds of opportunities don't come by frequently. And if you have been in the market to upskill, do a job change, this might be the opportunity for you. So we are so excited to bring our Community Development Corporation Executive Director on with us today, Emily Lashbrooke. You are all over the place. You had your quarterly meeting this morning. Now you're here. And you touched on it this morning at the CDC quarterly meeting. But Emily, this is really an exciting opportunity for people here in Pagosa Springs and a very lucrative opportunity. So we've been talking about broadband, but broadband can't expand if we don't have the people to expand it. So off you go. We're talking about our broadband and upskilling.
Thank you so much, Mary Jo, for having me here today. This is really an exciting opportunity, and it's a very rare opportunity. The State Broadband Office has partnered with Pagosa Springs Community Development to start a pilot project to teach people all about broadband, and it might include customer service reps. It might include people that currently occupy a role in fiber installation, service technicians, construction roles, all different kinds of roles. This training is going to be a broadband 101 with a specialty in fiber splicing. And I can tell you, in my short time of being the broadband management entity for the county and the town, the fiber has changed from copper to glass, and it moves so much faster. And so this class is going to teach you all about the electric part of fiber and how that works. So it might be AC power, it might be DC power. When is it appropriate to do that? It's going to teach you how to connect fiber both aerial and underground. So it might come into trenching to where you get to open up a conduit and be able to splice copper. It's also going to teach you problem solving skills and many more items about broadband. This is the best way to enter into a career. I can share with you, Mary Jo, last summer in our internship program, we had a 20-year-old apply, ended up putting him on a team that is a fiber installation team. And he learned over last summer how to weld glass fiber. And currently today, he is making $90,000 a year because he received that certification.
I'll take that.
I know, right? I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
This is a need in
the
this
future.
Community. Yes, it really is. And what it's also going to teach you what it means to get fiber to the home as compared to the difference with middle mile. There is a lot of different things to learn about broadband and fiber and how it works. This is absolutely the best starting point anyone could ask for. The very best part I can share with you is the CDC was awarded some grant funding to offset the costs for this training for entrants to only have to pay $1,000 for this training. However, the Workforce Development Office is working with us and is able to find some additional grant funding to offset that cost. This training could be little to no money, and depending on how you can qualify for a launch into this career and to be able to start in broadband. I can tell you Archuleta County has been awarded $13 million in broadband funding that is currently under contract and starting to deploy. We actually have built a whole full circle program with this training to where everyone that takes a class will be introduced to all the internet providers in the area and be able to network with them and potentially go into a internship with the company for up to 6 months and be able to get a work-based learning opportunity. So it's a full circle approach. We're going to teach them everything we can. It's a 2-week training. We know that's a big commitment, but you're going to come out with a certification after you complete your on-the-job training. And it's simply the most economical training to launch your career in broadband and help you to make a very good living.
So, Emily, at the top of our screen, for those people that are watching, you see a bit code. If people want to click on that bit code, or they want to write that down, that will take you to more information in the registration for this class. And again, you mentioned it's a big commitment, but I don't think, again, we talk about this as our future, to be trained and go right in almost to a job, and a well-paying job, is just so rare.
I couldn't agree more. And, everybody would not be seeing this today if they didn't have internet. And
Right.
fiber is the up and coming, faster, uh, more robust and redundant internet. And there is a movement across the entire United States to get fiber to the home that will be uninterrupted broadband or uninterrupted internet in your home. And it will be so robust. You and 40 of your children could all be online at the same time, streaming something and watching something. And there is years and years and years of work ahead of us to get fiber to every home, especially when you got 10 miles in between each home. So we
Sure.
couldn't be more excited for the funding that Pagosa Springs has been awarded and for this opportunity to be a pilot project for the state broadband office. This is just an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And so training will happen here, and then there will be another one also in Cortez at a later time. Mhm.
Yes, the training will start here in Pagosa on the 17th of February, I believe. It will go for 2 weeks straight, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 5. And then you get your completion and you'll go into a hiring fair. The next class starts in Pagosa on March the 3rd,
No,
and
Cortez,
it will go.
right?
Sorry, what did I say?
Cortez.
Sorry,
Cortez.
Cortez. It'll start on the 3rd of March, and it will go for 2 weeks over there. And then we will have an additional hiring fair there. I can tell you, I've had outreach from ISPs already that have heard about the training, and they want to figure out how they can participate to where they can start meeting the people that enroll. We just opened enrollment last Friday, and we already have 11 seats full. We have 9 in Cortez, and we have 2 that are in Pagosa. We want to get at least 20 to 30 participants in each training, and that way we can reduce the costs even more. So we are really excited to bring this to our area and give people an opportunity to upskill and make a great living doing it.
Well, between our two organizations, obviously, one of our key focuses is workforce development. So, if anybody has any questions out there, we certainly have information for you. We'll be on our website, as well as the Community Development Corporation. We want people to be able to, if you've been looking for a life change or a work change, or someone in your family that just has an interest in this kind of stuff. What a fabulous opportunity. Emily, anything else before we head out that you'd like to say about this, or anything else? Do you want to maybe quickly mention your housing applications?
Oh, yes, we are just completing our first 10 workforce housing homes, and they are beautiful. People will be so proud to live in them. If you are interested and would like more information, you can go to pagosaspringscdc.org and go to our workforce housing tab. We have every home listed there with a set of plans that are connected to the home, and you can actually see the layout of the home and how it's going to look. Also, you can see the address, and you're welcome to drive by them and take a look. They are just spectacular. We will, by the end of this week, we will have 5 under contract. So we still have 5 homes that are for sale. They start at $320,000, and the 3 bedrooms are in the 380s. So these are affordable homes. They will stay in the market for a long time. And we need help to move these homes so we can build phase 2.
Well, and I think what's great is people do have to qualify, obviously, but your organization is here to help them through that process.
Absolutely. We are working with banking partners, the housing authority, and the land and title company. I just can't tell you how much support we've had behind this project, and it really has been a community effort to pull this off.
Yeah. Well, two huge projects. Many, many kudos to the CDC for getting these projects moved forward. I know it's been an incredible amount of work, but it's so beneficial to our community. So please look at the bit code up at the top, as well as jump on either of our websites to get this information for the broadband training, as well as anything at Homes for the Affordable Housing Project. If you even aren't sure if you qualified, you don't know unless you ask the question. So reach out to the CDC to ask that question. Emily, I can't thank you enough. We're both going to do a snow dance and hope we get some more snow that sticks on the ground.
Thank you always for your support, Mary Jo, and for your collaboration. I appreciate you a ton, and I'm going to start my dance here any second.
Okay, me too. And thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope you take advantage of one of these opportunities that we've mentioned today, along with everything else that we talked about in the show. I know it was long, but super important information. Don't forget to sign up for the alcohol awareness training class on February 4th. It is free. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your day, and let's all go out and do a snow dance. See you next week.